Okay, now here's the fun part. We identified support and resistance, and you were wondering, well, I can just normally draw lines. Why is that anything more different than me drawing lines when I see peaks and troughs? Well, imagine that we only had this data from this peak down to here. It might be a new stock, and we want to see where it's going to go after it finds support. So what I'm basically asking you is to ignore from here to there, and we don't have that price data yet. So let's just go and find our supports real quick. Big green candle, not the peak, but the big green candle before the peak. So start drawing from there. We'll work our way down. We could start from here, but if you look at the small fibs in between, I don't really like it because this support right there, it's not perfect. And it didn't really start an uptrend. It just kind of continued one. So I'm going to go down to this one. It looks like it was even a little triangle. And a big green candle that broke out of that. And now you see still some big support down here. That one's kind of close to it. But then even this one, that peak hits the 382 as resistance. So I think that's a nice valid one. And we're looking for supports, so don't forget, draw from the top, work your way down. We already used this green candle, so we're going to keep going down. And look, there's a gap right there. So we're going to use this candle because it broke that downtrend. We'll place it there. And look, there's a support. Now, it may not be perfect every time, and there is a good reason. So when it's in a downtrend, it's possible that it's contracting. So the fibs aren't always going to match right here versus the uptrend if it's expanding. And you got to read the book for her to be able to explain that to you. Constance Brown, Fibonacci analysis. But for now, we identified a support even though it never fully hit it. So I'm going to mark it right because we started it there. So right there. It's orange because it's a support. Lock it. Now, I would normally go and delete these fibs right away, but I'm going to leave the biggest one there for you just so you can see where we started drawing the line. So all I'm going to do is draw and measure from this bottom where we started to our support that we just identified. Now, Constance Brown likes to use boxes. On TradingView, I like this arrow because it gives me the percent. So you can leave that there, or I've cheated and you can duplicate it and then just drag the next one up there so you keep your original measurement down below. I just drag it up now. So all I'm doing is instead of measuring, I'm going to place it on top of that support right there. So now what was here is now sitting on the support we had just identified. Now, remember we measured from this peak down to here, and we didn't have any of this data, and I wasn't using that in the measurements as you saw. But look at that. After it found support, or because it was expanding, it never fully touched it. Look at that. The next peak was exactly that measurement that we were able to duplicate from where we started drawing up to the support. It's pretty crazy, and this has worked for Bitcoin and plenty of other stocks I've charted. You'd have to scroll back on my Twitter to see them. But that's how powerful this can be if you use it properly. Thanks for watching.